That's not going to work.
Well, there's no Rick. Where's Rick? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ Live. There's Rick on here. Where's Rick? Where's Rick? Where Rick? There he is! As if by magic, Rick appeared. Oh yeah, I was going to change bikes, wasn't I?
Yep.
Let's have my trodden back. Right. There we go. Alright, let's go.
And we're off.
We're recovering from yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, my ride to work was a little bit, my heart rate was a little high from that race still. And finally, by the time I left, it was doing pretty good. But it was about same power and 10 beats per minute difference from the morning to the evening.
Yeah, so my plan for the water tower work was to get everything rigged on Sunday. So I could just have everything laid on the floor in the water tower with clip-on points, ready to go. Make it nice and easy for the guys on the ground.
Excellent.
That didn't happen. I spent Sunday collecting leaves instead. So after our ride yesterday, I started doing all the rigging. This is some extra. Hey up, Owen. Good morning.
Good.
I got all the rigging sorted out and everything ready to go. So got to the water tower and put everything out on the floor. Rick turned up. It was my ground crew. Showed him what I needed. And then Mike and I climbed and lowered the rope. Put them on and pulled things up to the first stage, and then I climbed all the way up to the top. Mike stayed halfway and I pulled everything up to the top. Well, I pulled the first three things up. There was 4 things in all. 2 very heavy mounting posts, and then a new antenna and the post and old antenna. So we did a compound lift, so I put a pulley on the middle of the rope, lowered the pulley down. So, we were only lifting half the weight, but still, wow, what, we just wouldn't have been able to do it if we'd have been lifting that any other way. "36 months subscribed. Congrats, Owen. Well done, my friend."
That's practically 3 years.
It's literally 3 years as well. Technically 3 years. Theoretically 3 years. I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's 3 years.
Yeah.
I just did what? What did I just do?
You told me. I'm the kind of person that goes to get a car and says, oh, 72 months, that's not bad. And then once I find out that's 7 years, what? That's too long. Can't do that. Or wait, no, that'd be 6 months, 6 years. Huh?
I was just about to question your mathematics there.
So I get for just spitting numbers out. But still, 6 years, that's too much. Too long.
See, and I figured I'd let him see if he saw the error in his ways first, and then help him with his math if he didn't.
See, for a moment, my mind hit a crossroads where I was like, should I just not say anything? Maybe no one will notice.
Well, if you hadn't, I think there's 2 other people that would have done.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is the car dealership really saw me coming. Or at least the creditor.
I was going to say, yes.
They were like, what? We're going to get a full extra year out of this guy? Okay, let's do it. No, that actually makes sense because, well, actually, we paid our car off a little early, I guess, but it was a 72-month thing. But it's 6 years old now. So,
yeah,
the math on that one.
There are times I find myself rambling on. That's called speaking for speaking's sake.
I am well known for that, especially on this stream.
Yeah, but you've got a fix for it though, Rick.
Just don't stop.
Adjust your saddle.
Ah, yes. That's the ultimate fix.
If I started doing it, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, believe it or not, in my daily life, I like to think I'm quite calculated, but actually now that I think of it, my coworkers usually wonder what I'm talking about. All right, how about this? At the grocery store, I'm well known for picking and choosing my words properly. Considering I just really don't speak at the grocery store. This is a lot better than racing it out.
Yeah.
Say.
I mean, I enjoyed yesterday, but
yeah, I was happy I did, especially when it's over, you know, or towards the end. There's always that middle part though, maybe even a little shy of the middle. I think it was about 6 miles in that I was like, wait, why am I doing this? How am I going to keep it up?
Well, I said it, didn't I?
I always have this moment where I'm like, well, now, why did I get with this group? Because there's no way I'm losing them.
So,
oh, did you send out that same message to Owen? But except for Owen, it was like 2 a.m.
No. Well, it might have been 2 o'clock in the morning for Owen. No, it's just after midnight, I think.
I was gonna say it was 9 here, so. But I had just woken up from my initial sleep. That point.
Water tower in a minute. I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, so yesterday on, Rick and I decided to do stage 4, the tour of Watopia.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We did the B group. Out of like 380, Rick finished 15th, I finished 21st. So we did okay.
Yeah.
Water tower, yes, we got everything done that we needed to do. Although we were a little challenged from the get-go. So we know the water tower's just been painted, right? Well, the painting contractors finished 3 weeks ago. They still haven't returned the keys yet. So we had to borrow a key from this guy, a key from that guy, a couple of keys from another guy. So it took me half an hour to get the keys. So anyway, we get the keys, get the harnesses on. I'd already rigged everything. I'm on the ground, ready to lift. Mike and I climbed, lowered the rope, lifted things up, and got things mounted. My arms, this muscle, right here on the back of this arm especially, ouch. If I have to lift anything today, it's not going to happen. I can put weight on it, fine, but pulling something up, My legs don't feel too bad. Normally, after climbing the water tower, my legs aren't happy. But fine today.
Found out my last doctor's appointment, because that reminds me of
No, they're not. You're right.
every year when I get a flu shot, then it's taken me, well, I wouldn't say 39 years, but it took me to my 39th year to realize to stop getting it in my right arm. And every day, the day after I reach up, we have Renai's water heaters, 3 of them in line that we use at the brewery to get our hot water. And so reaching up to adjust the temperatures on those or turn them on or off, depending on what temperature water we need, I would be reminded, oh yes, I should do that in my left arm. And then every year they would ask me which arm and I would just go to my dominant one. This year though, I changed that. And I said, I actually lifted up my right sleeve. And then as she was going in with the alcohol swab, I said, wait, nope, change of plans, left arm. So that reminded me of that. Those moments when you all of a sudden go, oh, wow, that was a bad idea.
Yes, arm muscles way too much, and they add negative effects to aerodynamics as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Without really adding anything to what you do on the bike. So.
I do notice, like when if I'm getting ready for a race or something, I'll start doing a little bit of arm strengthening and back strengthening. And I do notice that it actually, if I do it right, I almost get a little more aerodynamic. Because, it's just sharpening everything here, making everything a little more bumpy. Air, I feel like, passes through a little faster. There's a little less flap involved, a little less flapping, so it keeps the drag down. Other than that, though, you don't want to get too much arm workout going on. I found that out yesterday. I thought I was wearing arm warmers though, so it kept everything right in place, but I had to ride into the wind both ways.
See, even doing that, lifting my arm up, just to scratch an itch on my finger, that hurt.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all tricep work. pretty
That's a
much
dinosaur,
use
isn't it? Tricep?
when I'm getting ready for racing mode, it's all 5-pounders here, and then I get the 30-pounders here, and then I'm good to go. Get the teardrop effect going on.
I think if I tried that right now, it would be the tear effect.
There'd be teardrops, all right. It did feel like I was uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways in the snow. Into the wind.
Yeah. Sometimes that tends to happen around here. I don't know why, but for some reason, in the morning I'll get a northerly wind in my face, and then when I turn around to go home, it's now a southerly wind in my face.
Here we go. I know this climb.
Oh, we have to climb? Oh yeah, that's right. It's the only way to get up there. Oh, this was that initial realization that I might have chosen the wrong group to be with yesterday. I'm going to keep my power down this time because I can.
Yeah, I managed to hang on till here. And then that was it.
This is definitely when I established that 21st place group. And then that's when I was like, okay, this is my goal for today's race, is to be in 21st place.
That was Road to Ruins. It was Road to Ruins yesterday on. So there was lots of people asking in the pen, should I switch bikes? Will it auto switch? There was one guy.
Many people did.
No, not many people did. Rick and I did, but not many people did. And there was one guy said that he switched 100 meters before the dirt ended, coming up out of the jungle. And why would you do that?
I did find a good technique though for switching on the way out of the jungle.
Never seen that. Yeah, Rick did okay out of that.
If you ride the mountain bike right up until the hill, the last hill coming out of the jungle, and then you hit the coffee break and ride that all the way up, I found that it'll last longer than the hill. And then even if you try to switch it off at the top, right before the top, you're still going to coast right through it and start going downhill. So then I just kept pushing through the downhill until I got to the bottom. Then finally figured out I should push the A button. And then I did my switch. But I ended up losing only a couple places. I think I went from like 8th place to back to 15th, and then the two guys I finished with caught up to me. The indecisiveness at the top of the hill, though, was the main reason why I lost those guys that I was riding with.
No, you can't switch during a coffee break, no. You've got to be stopped. And
yeah,
your avatar.
You ended up reaching my target goal placement position, and I ended up reaching the one of the guy in front of me.
I guess I did pretty well considering. The first one I rode, I wanted to finish in the top 50%, and I finished in the top 20. The next one I wanted to finish in the top 20, and I finished in the top 10%, and yesterday I finished in the top 5%.
I definitely think I would have finished in 21st if I hadn't done that bike change. That bike change made such a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. You start questioning whether it was the right thing to do until you get to the bottom and start climbing up. Because, yeah, you start to lose people, but you don't gain enough time on the drop down towards the jungle lap marker. You don't gain enough time
Pretty
to be
much.
able to switch bikes again, but you do when you're climbing back up.
The group that I lost on the downhill because I was saving my energy, and then with the bike change, I caught them, I think, before we even hit the uphill.
Yeah.
Doing less power than them. And then went beyond them. I'm guessing that was the group that you caught.
Probably.
But you caught them actually after your second change, your change back.
I did some catching, yeah. It was actually, yeah. So
you had already
as
passed them.
As I was coming up out of the jungle, I was catching a guy called Van Dam, and each time I was getting within a couple of seconds from him, he would put the power down, keep me away. Well, in the end, he just couldn't keep doing it, so the inevitable happened and I caught him up. Sat with him for a little bit, and then a group behind us caught us. And they helped pull us within a couple of seconds of another group, and at that point I sprinted and caught that group up. And I really didn't need to, because a couple of the others that I was riding with caught us up as well.
I was lucky with my initial bike switch because I didn't have.
Yes, it does, Owen.
With the specialized mountain bike, and so I had just bought it. So it was at the top when I did that switch. Had to scroll a little bit to get back to what I was using, but that's a good idea.
Yes. Yeah, it defaults to the top
so
of the
it
list.
doesn't really matter.
No.
You have to scroll either way.
Yep.
Unless if you buy 2 new bikes every time.
Let's not say we did. Coming up on 43 million drops now.
What's the return policy anyway?
I wish. I mean, I'd be quite happy if we could return a bike and just get half the drops back.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd be happy if I could just delete a bike from my garage. I don't need the drops.
Yeah, that would be nice to be able to clean it up. At least have like your favorites list.
Right.
At the top or something.
Favorites list would be good. And that comes up first. You could just populate it with the 2 bikes that you need. Off you go. Well, that's the hard part is done. I don't know that I'm going much further than the end of this lap. We'll see. If I carry on riding, I'll be slowing down. Well, if you want a loan, Owen, I've got a few drops that you could borrow. Keep joking when I lead. I lead a ride that goes past the gas station in the desert. But they accept drops, and that's what I buy the pizza with. Owen is the $6 million man. You remember him, Owen? We have the technology to rebuild him. Hey up, Ben.
Hey, Ben. Hey, there's a little rock shelter. It's raining.
Hey, yeah. Well, you can have that one. I'll have this one. I don't have to go off the road for this one. Yeah, 2 hours 19. Nice.
This is kind of like a coastal ride in Maine. Lots of hills. Little bigger hills, but still rolling hills.
When this one's a route on the team time trial, usually do 2 laps. And doing this bit across the top here the second time, it just seems to go on forever before you get the descent.
Yeah, this is all a working part. Look.
We'll get to Super Cup on the way down. You go.
Really need to reapply this bar tape. It is just falling all apart.
I'm not hitting super truck speed. There's another 6 kilometers an hour. Way down. It gets a bit steeper here, I think. Yep, there we go. Super truck speed.
Still no super tough.
Pedal and then stop again.
Is yours super tough?
Yep.
Yeah, still not. on your screen or on my screen, you're not super tech.
On mine, I am, and you're not. All right, pedal again. I need to put. I need to collect some more leaves tonight, and then I need to get Hope's passport application put in. Now I've got mine back. Which workout you need on? I've probably got them all downloaded. The other thing you could do, actually no, that's not going to work. Never mind. I was going to say the other thing you could do is go back in history and copy them, but you can't download them, then that's a problem. Slow burn, we like a slow burn. I started to like the slow burn with sprints. The sprints were manageable and the slow burn never really peaked much. So I started to like that one. So when we're on a team time trial, I try to not take much attention of the distance to go, and I really enjoy it. Getting to 6 kilometers, and again, then I get caught up looking at the rotation, making sure we're not dropping anyone, and then the next time I look, it's like 3 kilometers. Yes, we've got this. Ah, 2052. I'll have a look, see what I've got downloaded. I know Rick's going to carry on, but I'm done at the end of this lap.
Might go join the pacer group.
Get my stage 1 tour of Watopia. It was Tuesday, aren't we? I don't know what day of the week it is. This week's really going to mess me up. I mean, out putting antennas at water towers yesterday. I get to go in work today. I'm out tomorrow. Going taking Hope to Madison, dropping her off, coming back home, and then I get to go back to Madison on Thursday to watch her concert. So, alright, on. Yeah, so Hope's concert on Thursday, same thing as last year. It'll be televised at some point. So we'll get to see Hope on TV. And yes, I'm up another tower on Friday.
up a tower with no paddle?
Well, I'll be up a tower with a climbing harness.
So I'm guessing. So you climb through the tower, the inside of the tower, right?
For the water tower, so there's a concrete base to it. And there's 4 offset ladders go up the inside of the base. So you go up one ladder, little landing, move across to the next ladder and so on, up to the top. And then there's a little catwalk that goes from the edge, the centre of the underside of the tank. And the tank's like a donut. And you climb up the hole of the donut.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I saw that little hatch there.
That's one long,
Yeah.
one long ladder. Yes, I could murder a donut right now.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I bet you can't say that. I bet you can't say that in the stream chat, Owen. I could murder a donut. I'm sure that'll get auto modded. I'll bet I could though. Alright, here we come, Rick. Almost there. Time for I don't know what we get for stage 1. We got a hat for stage 2. I don't know what I got for stage 3 either. If it was a jersey, I'm not wearing it. But next week we get to ride the new secret route.
Oh yeah.
We should do that Monday morning. Okay, route completed. Where's my
Did you get any?
I didn't get a banner pop up. Nope.
Yeah. It did say completed on the top.
Yeah, but that's just the route. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Supposed to be able to ride them whenever you want. I'm going to finish this kilometre out and I'll save the ride and see if it puts my little check mark up. Hey Jeffrey, how are we doing, my friend? Well, we didn't just select the route, and I did select from the tour of Watopia, stage 1 and the route. So, hoping I get credit for it, because you're supposed to be able to ride them whenever you want. There we go, it's 20k. Oh, thank you, Owen. We can dedicate it to Gary Newman's daughter, Persia. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Happy birthday. It's your birthday today. There we go. I've got stage 1 now. Oh, it did give it to me. We're all up to date. That works. Oh yeah, I was going to look at workouts for you, wasn't I? See what I had. I've got Fat Max 2052. And for anything else, it's got 2052 in it. I've got short and long slow burns. Yeah, that's the only one that I've got with 2052 in it, Fat Max. So in here, free ride. Doesn't matter what I do, does it? So,
Wow, my heart rate's definitely saying I had a proper recovery yesterday.
There you go. That's the one that I've got, Owen. What was that, Rick?
My heart rate's showing that I had a proper recovery yesterday.
Yeah.
Down in the 60s without pedaling. Crazy. It doesn't usually happen. I think it's that VO2. After I do a VO2, if I recover well, it always looks really good the next day.
I can get that to you somehow if you want that one, Owen. Okay. And I'm sure Ian will sort you out. Quickly. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know on that one, Owen. Who are you riding with, Ray?
Who am I with? Maria, I think. Or Miguel. Ooh. Maria. Get my 25 miles and call it good.
Two different slow burns. Actually, I should have 3 different slow burns. Well, that's the ones that I've got that are actually in there as today's clan ones. What's my other going to be? Got a few more in here.
So the reason why my truck took so long, I found out yesterday. So originally, they went to go do the brake lines, and when he started it to pull it in, he said it wasn't running well. So they read a code, and it was a cylinder 4 misfire, which I'm not surprised because I've noticed ever since I got it from my brother, it's on certain days, and I think it might be wet days, it tends to misfire a little bit, like as if it needs a new spark plug going up hills, but it doesn't. There was a problem he was trying to diagnose and couldn't get it figured out, so without spending a lot. So yeah, the mechanic said he wanted to check it out, do some diagnostics.
So that when Rick's done.
Before he went and replaced all of the brake lines, since that costs like $1,000. And so then yesterday I was like, so what they find out about the cylinder 4 misfire? And he said, well, the cylinder 4 misfire, not sure what it is, didn't have any time to diagnose it, but it looks like it might only happen in wet weather. And I was like, well, that's exactly what I told you. what's going on here? But that's all right. I told him to take his time because I was still planning on biking to work as much as possible.
Owen, so I've tried that and I've not been very successful. So it didn't really help me. But, you know, it might be different. I don't know. Give it a try. See what happens.
Unplug it and plug it back in.
Yep. Just don't plug a Dyson charger into it.
No.
That doesn't work very well, apparently. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
I'm definitely not in the mood to ride all these miles. Definitely having one of those days where the saddle does not feel like my friend.
Plugged my phone in last night to charge while I was asleep and it didn't. So, woke up this morning to see it still had 45%. I'm thinking, great. Yeah, I'd get on a foam roller if I thought I could stand it.
This might be tough getting this done.
What's there? A little bit better. It's at 93 now. Let's find Rick if we can. There you go. Have a ride on.
Oh, thanks.
Anytime. Fine, Swifters. The name's England. Rick England. There he is. Wow. A big blob.
Oh, yes. I only roll with big blobs. Big blob rolling.
Ah, I can see you now.
The one with the ODZ jersey.
Exactly. No helmet. You're just not practicing safety, are you?
No.
Don't call Rick
Yesterday.
that. A big blob.
Yesterday.
He called himself
we had
a big
free
blob.
moment. Yesterday, we went up to visit a new business that had opened in the Orono area, in our little block area there. And we went in, and the guy offered us candy. So I took this candy. Then we went into another business, and then where'd you get the candy? I said, I don't know. We went to that new place over there, and they gave us candy. And then she said, didn't your mom teach you not to just accept candy from strangers? And I was like, I've never been a good listener. That's for sure. I'll take candy from anywhere. I don't care.
Yeah, be careful of that. Especially if it turns out to be sugar-free. So I'll tell you a little story about sugar-free chocolate. So I go in work one day, and in the break room there's these 2 boxes of chocolates, and they're it says on them sugar-free. Thinking, well, we'll try it and see what it's like. I tried it. It was quite nice.
They're still in business.
And yeah, they're still in business, but I wasn't shortly after.
Oh,
so
laxative chocolate.
So anyway, I have a piece of chocolate, and I kind of like it. So I took a couple more pieces back to my desk, and eating those. Well, only about 20 minutes later, I'm thinking, I need to go to the bathroom. A couple more minutes later, and I'm thinking, hang on, I am not going to get to the bathroom in time. So I go in the bathroom, and I'm sat there, and things are coming out. And coming out and coming out and not stopping. I'm thinking, I'm never going to get out of here. And just as you think it's going to stop, it goes again. That, yeah. So yeah, be very careful. If someone offers you candy, make sure it's not sugar-free.
A full cleanse is never, I mean, it's not the best at the time, but the health benefits, I mean.
Sounds perfect, losing weight by eating chocolate.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wow, it sure is taking a little while. I was hoping to be off the bike by 7 o'clock here. That's not happening if I want to make it to 25.
So what are you up to, Ufa?
A couple of hours with Coco, I think. What's the plan?
Ooh,
Very good.
couple of hours.
Rick and I did the tour of Watopia Stage 4 yesterday with the bees. Rick finished 15th, I finished 21st out of like 380. You know, those races that aren't really races.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the group that I finished with, but the moment I started sprinting, I caught one guy off guard and he started sprinting just a little after me. And then the other guy didn't even sprint it off. But he was also the guy that fell for pulling for the last 6 hours or miles or so. I don't know. I was wondering why he was doing it, but it was like he thought maybe I dropped from his wheel or something.
They just give up when they see your name. That's a simple fact.
I tried to do the initial 12 watts a kilo to try to maybe discourage any following, but I only held that for a split second. But yeah, with him pulling, I was able to get a good rest in. I was aiming for 8 watts a kilo for the sprint and ended up doing over 10. It was nice.
I was trying to react to everyone around me and waiting for them to go. Certainly, right, I think I pulled away at the start, but then one person caught me and another person caught me, but I stayed in.
Yeah, it looks like everybody in your group decided that they were going to sprint. My group was just very indecisive. I don't know. It was only 3 of us all together, but
I used to be indecisive, but I just don't know now. There you go, and there's a photograph of the man in his antennas. So yeah, the antenna on the right. It's a bit difficult to try and decide what to do with the phasing harness. So the feed line goes up to the center. It splits, and then there's 2 more splits, and all of the connections between the first split and the antennas are equidistant. They're the same length. So usually with the second and third antennas on that post, they're a lot closer to the splits than the bottom one and the top one. So you end up trying to lose a load more cable. So that's what the loops are for. We tried a couple of different designs, but we like that one most. Sorry, you forgot.
Yeah, I don't see the picture, but yeah, we have the same problem with the contest. We have these 8, or it's I think it's 3 elements, 8 above each other, and it's always a mess getting the phasing cable. But the thing is to do it electrically in a good way and not aesthetically, because then you make mistakes if you want it to look nice.
Well, we did both. There you go. I just sent you a picture of it. Your Facebook.
Okay, I'll have a look afterwards. What we usually do, because we have the combiners, that we cross them so that the top one goes to the lower port.
Yeah.
That helps a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's one thing that we tried, but then we'd needed to double back on itself on the coax, and it I didn't want to take the coax under its minimum bend radius.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No. Well,
Yeah, have you tried looping it around the capacitor to feed it back into the coaxial junction?
oh, we tried all sorts. We even tried adjusting our saddles.
That's good. That's always once you reach that crossroad, you know. When there's no options left, you've already unplugged it and plugged it back in. Always try
Just your
adjusting
saddle.
your saddle.
Fixes everything, you know. Sore back, saddle. Got a cough, saddle.
Lack of sleep.
Saddle.
Too much sleep. Saddle. Too much sleep is just trainer leveling. Wow, I'll tell you though, this saddle is not working with me today.
Just stand up all the time like me. You don't need a saddle. You don't need to worry about it.
It's actually not a bad idea. I would like to decrease how much more my heart rate goes up whenever I stand.
Mine goes down because my cadence go down when I stand up. So that's not the issue.
I always add way more power. I need to control it a little more, maybe.
Well, I think I'm going to bring the stream down, and I might go for a bit more of a lie down, see if I can get a little nap before I have to go and do some work. Probably not going to happen now, but I do some breakfast. My tummy's saying he wants food.
This is like your only work day of the week, and
Yeah, my only work day of the week, and I need to start it with a nap.
well, sound practice.
Hey Harry, thanks for liking the stream. All right, thank you, Owen, Rick, everybody else out there. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's Tuesday today, so we'll be back with some form of ride in the morning, and then Odivas. So until then, take care. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.